Okay. Listen.
Don't link me. Don't hit me when you...
Hold on, listen. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents, subscribers, friends, family. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now, because by the end of the video, you might want to hit it anyways. Listen, it's your boy 17. I'm back at it again with another review, reaction. Only, I'm not gonna lie to you, this time I have heard the track first. So it's gonna be more of a bar for bar breakdown, behind the bars review of what he's saying. So listen, this is off Drake's brand new album called Scorpion. I'm only halfway through it. I've heard it's half rap, half R&B. I'm only halfway through, like I said. So far, I really like it. I do really like it. There's gonna be people saying that it's trash. People say that for every album. Pac could come back from the dead right now, drop an album that's fire as fuck, and people are still gonna say, man, that's trash. It's just hip hop. But listen, I like it because he's getting a lot of shit off his chest here. So here we are, June 29th, 2018, Scorpion by Drake. The track I'm reviewing is called Emotionless. So listen, let's get to it. When I first heard this, I heard the choir, I heard the girl singing. Listen, I don't know who the girl is. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably do. If you do, go ahead and drop it in the comments so I know. But I heard it and I thought it was just gonna be more of an R&B track, but then the drums kicked in, and right when the drums dropped, I knew he was about to go off on this. So listen to this. Listen to these drums drop.
Don't link me. Don't hit me when you hear this and tell me your favorite song. Don't tell me how you knew it would be like this all along. I know the truth is you won't love me until I'm gone. And even then the thing that comes after is moving on.
All right, let's dissect those right there. He said, don't link me. Don't hit me when you hear this and tell me your favorite song. Don't tell me how you knew it would be like this all along. I know the truth is you won't love me until I'm gone. And even then, what comes after that is moving on. So he's saying, when this album drops, I'm gonna get a lot of attention from this, like he usually does. He's saying, listen, when you hear this shit, don't hit me. Don't hit my line. Don't text me. Don't call me. Don't act like we're cool again, because you weren't cool with me before this. So why you acting like you're cool with me now? Don't hit me when you hear this and tell me your favorite song. Don't say how you knew it would be like this all along, because I know the truth is, people aren't gonna show their true love for you until you're gone. And even then, the thing that comes after that is moving on. You guys are gonna talk shit about me, people in the music industry. People are gonna act like they're not cool with you, they're not buddy-buddy with you. And then, God forbid, if Drake were to get killed, they're gonna love him so much more, but that's just part of it. That's part of what happens when somebody passes. You saw recently XXXTentacion died, got killed, murdered, and the whole world is mourning that, as am I. This is what Drizzy's addressing here. People aren't really gonna love me. People aren't really gonna show their true feelings for me until after I'm gone, which is super fucked up, but it's the truth. And even then, what comes after that is moving on. Because Peep died, and guess what? People mourned him, but then they just moved on. Like, you know what I mean? You don't hear a lot of people talking about Peep no more. It's the same thing that's gonna happen with XXX and anybody else that dies, not just celebrities. And that's always been one of my biggest fears, is that when I die, yeah, people are gonna be sad, people are gonna mourn me, but give them what, 3-4 months and they're moving on, and that's how it should be, you know what I mean? But Drizzy is like, he's saying like, I know that you won't tell the world how you feel about me until I'm gone, and even then you're just gonna move on. So fuck it, back into it. Also, I want to point out that Drake had the dopest billboards put up in cities to promote this album. One of the billboards literally said that, don't hit me when you hear this. I don't know, I just think that's player. Anyways.
I can't even capture the feeling I had at first. Meeting all my heroes, like seeing how magic works. The people I looked up to are going from bad to worse. Their actions out of character even when they rehearse.
He's saying the people I looked up to are going from bad to worse. So I don't know if he's talking skill level or if he's talking on a personal level. If he's talking skill level, he's talking about the rappers that he looked up to. You're getting worse. Like, you're on a downhill slope right now. Or he's saying the people I looked up to aren't as good of guys as I thought they were. You always have this inkling that your hero is a really great person. But sometimes when you meet one of your heroes and they turn out to be a really shitty person, it ruins a lot, really. Like, I met Ed Sheeran and he was an ass. That could be what he's saying there. Their actions are out of character even when they're rehearsed. So he's making a play on, like, plays per se, or on scene of something. So he's saying these people are acting out of character even when they're trying to rehearse how they're gonna act around me.
Working in the land of the free, the home of the brave. I gotta bring my brothers or else I feel out of place. Breaking speed records on roads that these niggas paved. And they don't like that, it's written all on their face.
Working in the land of the free, the home of the brave. I gotta bring my brothers or else I feel out of place. So he's saying, I gotta bring my homies with me or else I don't feel like I really made it. Because a lot of people, when you get popping, you might get signed by a record label. The record label might be like, all right, we got an engineer for you, we got a manager for you, we got a road manager for you. But Drake's saying he brought all of his people along with him. If he didn't bring the people along with him, he feels like a puppet.
Breaking speed records on roads that these niggas paved.
That's one of my favorite lines right there. He's talking about the artists that came before him that were idolized when he was younger. They paved the way for artists like him to thrive in the hip hop game. But he's saying now that he's on that road, you know, talking about paving the road, now that he's on the road, he's breaking speed records. He's flying way past them. And they hate it. They hate seeing somebody younger just fly right past them.
I don't know how I'ma make it out of here clean. Can't even keep track of who plays for the other team. Iconic duos rip and split at the seams. Good-hearted people are taking it to extremes.
He's either saying, I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of here alive, or I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of this industry with any friends, with anybody who's on my side. I don't know how I'm gonna make it out of here clean without everybody in the industry hating me, because I can't even keep track of who's against me, who's on this side, who's on that side. Iconic duos rip and split at the seams. Good-hearted people are taking it to extremes. In my opinion, this is my opinion, I think that he's talking about the split with the label that YMCMB had, right? Because Birdman had Cash Money and Wayne had Young Money. So maybe he's reminiscing on that whole ordeal. That's my take on it. If you guys think he's talking about something else, I'd love to hear your opinions, so drop them in the comments. But let's get on with it.
Good-hearted people are taking it to extremes, leaving me in limbo to question what I believe, leaving me to ask what's their motive in making peace, leaving me to not trust anybody I meet, leaving me to ask is there anybody like me.
Okay, and that's how the first verse ends. So he's literally at the point where he has to question, like what was your motive making peace with me? I thought we was just trying to be cool and hash it out, but now maybe he feels like other people are trying to like get a buzz off of making peace with him. So, or at least that's what he's questioning. Like now I just wonder, is there anybody like me in this industry? Like, is there anybody that just wants to see people win, that wants to big people up? And granted, you could have your opinions on Drake, but that's my opinion. I think he literally just wants to see people win. Drake does a lot for younger artists. He really does. He gets younger artists that really don't have that big of a name onto the scene like crazy. Like to get a Drake feature puts you at the top of the charts. You've seen it with Black Boy. You've seen it with 21. It's just what happens, man.
Missing out on my years. There's times when I wish I was where I was, back when I used to wish I was here. Scrolling through life and fishing.
Wait. Okay, so listen. That line's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. Missing out on my years. There's times I used to wish I was where I was, back when I used to wish I was here. It's a really intricate way of saying there's times that I sit and still wish that I was a kid just dreaming. And back then I used to wish that I was where I am now. Check it out, listen.
Wish I was where I was, back when I used to wish I was here. Missing out on my days, scrolling through life and fishing for praise. Opinions from total strangers take me out of my ways.
Missing out on my days, scrolling through life and fishing for praise. Opinions from total strangers put me out of my ways. He's getting into something very, very important here, and this is why I wanted to dissect this track, because he's talking about something that all of us see, but nobody speaks on it. I haven't spoken on it either. But I'm so glad that he's speaking on this now, because he has the platform to bring attention to it. He's talking about scrolling through life as scrolling through his phone. Literally, because everybody is on the phone all the time. Scrolling through life and fishing for praise. Scrolling through life and looking for somebody bigging him up. But he's taking opinions from complete strangers that he don't even know, that aren't anybody really, and they're putting him out of his ways. They're making him sensitive. Listen to what he says next.
Opinions from total strangers
Listen
take
to
me
this.
out of my ways. I try and see who's there on the other end of the shade. Most times it's just somebody that's underage, probably just alone and afraid, and lashing out so that someone else can feel their pain.
I try to see who's on the other end of the shade. Most of the times it's probably just somebody who's underage that's alone and afraid and lashing out so somebody else can feel their pain. So look, he's saying people that are critiquing the shit that I do, I look at their profile and I'm looking at the shit and I'm like, this is just some young kid who really feels like they aren't getting enough attention, so they're bringing attention to something else, so in turn they can feel more powerful with people saying, yeah, fuck Drake, yeah, I feel you. And like just the likes, the comments and the shares on social media makes you feel good. It releases the dopamine in your brain. That's what he's talking about.
I always hear people complain about the place that they live.
Right here. Listen, I'm gonna run this shit back because I'm not even gonna speak through this. You need to listen to this whole thing and then I'm gonna break this down. I know for a fact you know somebody or somebodies like this. Listen.
I always always hear people complain about the place that they live, that all the people here are fake and they got nothing to give, cause they been staring at somebody else's version of shit that makes another city seem more exciting than it is. I know a girl whose one goal was to visit Rome, then she finally got to Rome and all she did was post pictures for people at home, cause all that mattered was impressing everybody she's known. I know another girl that's crying out for help, the latest caption is leave me alone. I know a girl happily married till she puts down the phone. I know a girl that saves pictures from places she's flown, post later and make it look like she's still on the go. Look at the way we live. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, staring at.
Okay, I always hear people complain about the place that they live, that all these people here are fake and they got nothing to give, because they've been staring at somebody else's version of shit that makes another city seem more exciting than it is. They're seeing other people's versions of life through another city, and those people's versions make that city seem more exciting than it actually is, because once you get to that city, you realize one thing, and one thing only, and that one thing is that it's not where you live, it's how you live. So if I can sum this whole verse up, that's what he's saying to me. It's not where you live, it's how you live.
I know a girl whose one goal was to visit Rome, then she finally got to Rome and all she did was post pictures for people at home, cause all that mattered was impressing everybody she's known.
I know a girl whose one goal was to visit Rome, and then once she got to Rome, all that she did was post pictures on her phone for people back at home, just so she can front on everybody that she's known. Somebody had the goal to visit Rome, and then when she finally got to Rome, all that she wanted to do was take pictures to post on her social media just to stunt on all the people back home that ain't doing the shit she's doing. Instead of going to Rome and taking in the culture and seeing all the beautiful things, all she's doing is going to Rome so she could post pictures and stunt on everybody back home. Everybody's doing it. But what is it for? Like, you just want to stunt on somebody? Congrats, you ain't moving up in life. You ain't better than them. He goes on.
Cause all that mattered was impressing everybody she's known. I know another girl crying out for help, but her latest caption is leave me alone. I know a girl happily married till she puts down the phone.
This whole verse so far is he's talking about problems with social media. Oh, and by the way, I know another girl who's crying out for help, but her latest caption is leave me alone. So he's showing the contradiction in people's words and their actions. Oh, and by the way, I know another girl who's happily married, only until she puts down her phone, then she ain't happily married no more. So what he's saying by that, I know somebody that's happily married on their social medias. But we all know the truth. Once you put down that phone, you hate your relationship. You hate your marriage, don't you? Why are you fronting? What is the point?
I know a girl that saves pictures from places she's flown to post later and make it look like she's still on the go. Look at the way we live. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. I know a girl that saves pictures from places she's flown to post later and make it look like she's still on the go.
I know a girl who's... This is the realest line in this whole song to me. Look, I'm not hating on you, Drake is. Listen, I know somebody who's literally taking pictures from the places she flew 5 months ago and she's posting them now, acting like she's flying now. It's really weird to me because Drake usually makes the anthem for the ladies, but he is shitting on you girls right now. I'm sorry. He's calling a spade right now. Like, it sounds to me like he feels like he got nothing to lose no more. He's just throwing it all out there.
I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid.
Now listen, right there, he's addressing the Pusha T diss, okay? Pusha T's been dissing Drake for years, okay? Drake decided to respond because Pusha T had a song called Infrared on his latest album, and he was coming at Drake again. So Drake had the time now, because Drake was in the studio recording the album. He had the time now, so Drake dropped the diss, and I think that Drake killed him on that diss. But then Pusha came back, and he said, all right, you want to name drop my fiance? Let him know who you chose as your Beyonce. And then he goes on to tell the world something that people that aren't in the music industry probably didn't know about Drake. He actually has a child with somebody. And I'm not here to report on the gossip, I'm just breaking down this line. I was not hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding the world from my kid. Whether you believe it or don't believe it, what Drake is saying here is a response to that diss. It might have been recorded prior to that diss, but however you look at it, it sounds like a response to what Pusha said. I'm not a deadbeat dad. I wasn't hiding my kid from everybody. I was hiding the world from my kid. I don't want my kid to have all of the attention that I have. It's a fucking kid. He didn't ask for this life, okay? I did. So I'm not telling the whole world that I have this kid and showing his picture everywhere because I don't want my kid to have all the attention that I have. I don't want that for him. He didn't ask for this.
From empty souls who just wake up and look to debate. Until you staring at your seed, you can never relate.
Your seed. Your seed is another word for your child. Until you're staring at your seed, you can never relate. So that's kind of a play on words with relate. It's his relative.
Breaking news in my life, I don't run to the blogs. The only ones I wanna tell are the ones I can call. They always ask why let the story run if it's false. You know a wise man once said nothing at all.
Everybody around him is saying, but people are telling these stories about you. People are saying all these lies. Why are you letting these lies fly? Say something. He's saying, no, I ain't gonna say nothing. You know, a wise man once said nothing at all. Just let it go.
I'm exhausted and drained, I can't even pretend. All these people taking miles when you give them an inch. All these followers, but who gon' follow me to the end? I guess I make it to the end and I'ma find out then.
Drake ends it with being very true to himself, with being honest. And he's saying, you know what? I'm exhausted and drained. I can't even pretend. So here he is going back to the social media part. I've got a lot of followers, but who's actually gonna follow me to the end? Who's actually gonna be on my side, on my team, whether people come at me or don't come at me? Whether people accuse me of this or accuse me of that? Who's actually gonna follow me to the end? I guess I'll get to the end and then we'll find out then. So he's saying, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe I'll lose everything. Maybe people will be fake. Maybe more people will show their true colors. But you know what? We'll never know until we make it to the end of the road, whether he's talking about the end of his music career or the end of his life. We'll find out who's still around in the end. So that is my in-depth review of the track. Listen, I really love the track. I want to hear what y'all thought about this. If y'all think that he's talking about some different stuff on different lyrics that I decoded, I want to hear what you thought. I really do. I like to talk to y'all in the comments. So go ahead, drop a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button if you want to keep seeing more. Check out my past couple of videos decoding lyrics from other artists, and we'll be back another time. I really, really love this album. Go download Scorpion by Drake. It's a double album. I haven't finished listening to the second half. I guarantee I'm gonna have another song to break down. Stay posted. It's your boy Sev. I'm out.
Don't I got this shit the world wanna hear again?